Alright, what's going on, guys? So we got some new Elden Ring news to talk about, and this is some pretty exciting stuff, so I would get a little hyped if I were you. Now, this is an unofficial report, but if this turns out to be true, this could be the best news we've heard about Elden Ring in a long time. Now, before we begin, guys, make sure you're subscribed to the channel to keep up to date with all the latest Elden Ring news and rumors and leaks as soon as they come out, and just for some other good and fun Souls videos to enjoy. So if you guys watched the last video, you know the report that Jeff Grubb gave was that the new Elden Ring footage that we were going to see next is going to be coming within the next few months. So now this is coming out from an Italian journalist, Francesco Fawcetti, an editor for EverEye. He claims that From Software finished core development for Elden Ring months ago. If it weren't for the global pandemic, Fawcetti continued, the project would have already hit store shelves. So hang on, you heard that correctly. This guy is saying that he knows From Software has finished making Elden Ring. Now he has more to say, but let's break that down for a minute. The common belief right now is that Elden Ring has been in a pre-alpha stage and they were getting game testers to come in and play the game to work out all the kinks and bugs and stuff like that. But this guy is saying that all of that has been done and it's ready for store shelves. Now that makes me a little bit skeptical, but I think there's a lot of credibility to what he's saying, and it lines up a lot with the other stuff that we've been hearing. Now, if you remember from the last video, I said there was a rumor going around that the game was supposed to come out in March. Now, that would line up with what he's saying here. But for me, him saying that it's ready for store shelves raises a lot more questions than it answers. If you're done with the game, why are you not doing any promotion to get this product out there? And why, if it's ready to go on the store shelves, have you not done some kind of gameplay trailer to give the consumer an idea of what they're buying? Now, in the last video, we also did an analysis of what From Software's typical marketing strategy is, and how Elden Ring has really kind of gone back on everything they've practiced beforehand with all their other releases. Now, I know this year has been really unprecedented in terms of disruptions to typical business practices, but we've seen how much From Software likes to promote their products and give the consumers a very good understanding of what they're buying. I don't see why in a year like this I would feel comfortable releasing Elden Ring without giving the consumer a lot of footage to look at and a lot of hands-on experience and testimony from people that have actively played the game. But let's hear what else Fawcetti has to say in this interview. Now, his next statement is going to make a lot of people happy, but he says Elden Ring is very similar to Dark Souls. What exactly he means by that, we have no idea. But I think a lot of people can take comfort in the fact that this is going to be a pretty familiar experience, according to him. So we know basically nothing about how Elden Ring is going to play, but the fact that it can be similar to Dark Souls, we can take the core aspects from that in the combat style, the big bosses, the bonfires, and the typically really hard levels. So if we look at the other two games that have not been Dark Souls games in Sekiro and Bloodborne, they all kept those core aspects of the games that everyone has fallen in love with. And it's very hard to believe that they would go away from that and try to do something vastly different that would take away from the experience. So that's what I think he means by this. So as with any rumor or leak, this is not official information, so this has to be taken with a grain of salt. But this guy also predicted that Elden Ring would not show up at the Game Awards. This guy is an active game journalist and has a reliable track record when it comes to things like this. So there is a little bit of credibility to what he's saying. As for his connection to From Software, I have no idea though. But to me, that's just crazy to think about that Elden Ring could be this far along in development. Now, if this is the case, 100% 2021 release. Like I was saying in the last video though, with Elden Ring winning the most anticipated game of 2020, the message has been sent that the market is ready for Elden Ring. And with all this stuff coming out so quickly now, I think it's safe to say it's okay to get excited now. This guy is also claiming that Elden Ring has been in development for 4 years. Now, I think that's a safe number for From Software. I think Sekiro had around the same development time, and that game turned out amazing. Now, in the last video I got a lot of comments saying that Elden Ring might suffer the same fate as Cyberpunk, where it's kind of being pushed by the fans, and that FromSoft might release it when it's too early and it's still going to be too buggy and not polished enough. Now, I think we can all safely trust From Software on this one. They're not ones to typically do something like that. The Dark Souls games are very well put together when it comes to stuff like that. I mean, yeah, there's a couple bugs here and there, but you kind of have to go out of your way to find them. It's not going to be up in your face like everything in Cyberpunk is. I can confidently say that in all my time of playing From Software games, I've never had a game-breaking bug or something that really broke my immersion in the game. So I think we're in good hands. But that's gonna about do it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, be sure to drop a like on it, and let me know, what is something that you want to know about Elden Ring? What are the biggest questions that you have about the game? But we also just hit 400 subscribers and I can't thank you guys enough. All the hype behind Elden Ring is awesome to see, and I know it's going to be a great game. But until the next video guys, I hope you enjoy and I hope you get excited.
I let her test drive out in the west side. She get my best side. Girl, I know you see it coming on your timeline. You're just like fine wine, hit on my line.